What's good, family? Celestial Rising, Divine Afternoon, and Grand Night to the beautiful deity watching this video. It's your Divine Reflection, Divine Messenger, and we are back with another message. And understand, right now, I'm looking at the water at this park. So if you see me looking off into the distance, I'm just letting my thoughts flow like water. But I'm making see the title of this video, and I'm in a relaxing state right now. So yeah, I just had a lot on my mind. So, of course, when I have a lot on my mind, I had to always jot somewhere and put it into a video. But, I just know that y'all can tell by the energy as well, even with the second moon happening. There are many celestial events happening, and of course, I'll cover those things later on down the week. But for right now, we're just keeping it surface level to help raise the frequency through a collective reasoning that we all need to reason with, because we have to reason with ourselves and to our higher self in this state of mind that we are all existing in unconsciously. But when it comes down to vibrating high, the thing is, the moment you begin to vibrate higher than your family, your friends, your co-workers, whoever you associate yourself with, the moment you begin to want to start doing better for yourself, the moment that you begin to uplift yourself, the moment that you begin to motivate yourself, the moment that you begin to eat healthy, you begin to feel better, the moment that you stop eating foods that serve you no good, the moment that you start to do things that help benefit your future, that's the moment that people will turn their back on you. And that's the most saddest thing ever in the world. And many of you are not ready for that enlightenment, but that's why I'm here to break it down to you on why this happens, because these things happen because they are supposed to happen to help benefit you and to guide you to where you already are and where you are supposed to be at this moment right now. And you cannot visualize it at the moment, but because time don't exist, but the moment that you do align yourself with a future timeline and you begin to resonate with it in the current moment, you begin to understand why the people that you love and you care for turn their back on you. And it's because they turn their back on themselves by watching you and observing your lifestyle and seeing the evolution that you have been practicing behind closed doors. And then once you bring it out towards the outward appearance and to the light, that's when people who are not able to harbor your light or your lifestyle, they're going to be envious and jealous of the light that you begin to bear, because you begin to understand the ignorance that you were practicing in your past. But once you start healing your past, that's when you start building for the present moment, because in the present moment you are beginning to understand why you were doing these things in your past, why you were operating like that, why you were thinking like that, why you were practicing these actions like that. But the thing is too, it's because you begin to love yourself. And then once a demon understands that you hang around or used to hang around, the moment that a demon realizes that you start loving yourself again, because a lot of these people are leeching off of your love that you should have for yourself, you should have had for yourself. But because you have unconditional love, these demonic forces are going to be jealous of that frequency that you are beginning to start embodying, because they can't embody that frequency that you have already embodied, that you have already been living in and existing in. So they'll do whatever they can to make sure that you don't vibrate at a higher frequency than they are trying to get at. Which is why, no matter what, tell my people out there, somebody don't like the TikTok video, who gives a fuck about that, right? Anyways, that's exactly why many of you have to understand that no matter what, on this journey, you're going to have people betray you. So what? It's like, you're gonna have people who you thought loved you. You're gonna have people you thought loved you, but it's like, they're gonna show you why that you had to, obviously I thought somebody was pulling up. But you had to understand, what the hell? You had to understand why people are doing this to you, why people are not able to love themselves while they are watching you love yourself. And it's not your fault, but you have to understand that if you are making it your fault, then you're going to be at fault, because you're allowing these mistakes that you cannot control to control your lifestyle. I'm gonna say it again. You're going to allow these mistakes that you cannot control, you're going to have them control your life. And then when you have these mistakes control your life, you're not going to be able to figure out what you need to be doing to control your life. And then your ego will allow their controlled programming to program you. And then when you're programmed by demonic force, now you're under the demonic frequency that you are wanting to escape from. But spiritually, you want to escape, but physically, you're comfortable living in it because it's all you know. And then with manipulation too, manipulation gets so dark and sinister and deep to the point to where your own family will, the moment that you begin to reside at a higher level of enlightenment, your family will resent that. And then because they resent that, they'll try to manipulate you into living at the same operation that they are experimenting themselves on. So for example, you can say you want to stop eating chicken, and you can say you want to do better skincare routines, you want to take better care of your health, you want to exercise more, go out and get nature, ground yourself. A lot of your family members, they're going to despise that, and not your family, but I take that back. Contradict everything, question everything. That's the problem with logic, right? It's like I say one thing, but I had to contradict that because it only makes sense to me. The thing is, you know, demons are a family, surprisingly, right? The thing is, if you want to do, for example, like health-wise, right? Like, so let's put food into the equation. If you eliminate French fries, pizza, cheeseburgers, hot dogs, pork, bacon, if you eliminate just all this stuff that you don't need, even candy, all of that, right? Chicken sandwiches, cool. You eliminate that and you start eating fruits, you start eating vegetables, you start fasting, you're going to feel more better about yourself, and your subconscious mind will feel better about you feeling better about yourself. But then when somebody that you hang out with, or you call family, friends, whatever, you go to work with, when they notice that, their spirit is going to want to copy what you're doing, but physically their ego is going to resent how you look while doing what you want to do, because they want to have the balls to do what you're doing, but they don't have the balls to do what you're doing, which is exactly why they will try to copy and mimic you. But when they can't do the things that you are doing, their mind is going to tell them manipulation tactics to get you mad or to get you out of character and to to bring you down, or actually no, fuck that, they're going to try to humble you basically. And the thing is too, you already practice humility. So it's like, how are you going to humble a chosen one when they were already practicing humility every single day? Because by you even wanting to eat better for yourself, that's you practicing humility, and it's discipline as well. And that's the problem. People can be disciplined if they chose to, but they choose not to be disciplined because they are too fixated on they're too fixated on living and being comfortable in their urges and their desires. And that's not your fault. But it's your fault if you allow their faults to make you feel as if you're at fault for the way you are living. It's not your fault for this lifestyle that you had chose, because you chose to live a better lifestyle for yourself, because you're wanting to be healthy minded, you're wanting to live in a better frequency. But the thing is though, these people understand that, but they're trying not to understand that because they are not doing what it takes to be at the level that they should not be comparing themselves at to the level that you are already at, and you've been at this level before you were even born. So it's the fact that many people are understanding who you are becoming, because you're becoming the God-like self that you always were, even as a goddess as well. But it's the fact that now when we come down to health as far as pharmaceuticals, you don't gotta take medicine, you don't gotta take all these prescriptions, you don't gotta take all these different witchcraft devices to make yourself feel better. You don't gotta do that. All you gotta do is fast, drink water, go get some nature, go feel free in the everlasting nature of our mother's nature. By you doing that, you're already healthy within yourself. And then by you eating, putting fruit and vegetables into your body, by you putting these greens into your body, you're already living in heaven already. But of course, when the demons sense that, that's the one thing that demons do fear, is that heaven-like frequency, because they already understand where they came from. So before they came from that enlightenment, they understood what they were going to do to rebel against Almighty God's thought process. And what's crazy, it's like, my fault. This was distracting me. There's more tape too. Dang, well, they got tape all over these tables. My fault, y'all. And I get distracted very easily, especially when I hear programs that just, come on, get me off track. But anyways, that's the problem too. I apologize for that too. It's just distractions everywhere, right? Anyways, let's keep on going though. It's gonna do it again too, so just mind y'all real quick, man. Anyways, watch this. So when it comes down to the rebellion, these different demonic frequencies, they understood that they had to rebel against the Almighty Observer because they weren't able to observe their subconscious thought process, and because they were too fixated on being experimented on through their own subconscious occultism. Because for one, everybody is intelligent in their own ego, because we're all egotistical through our own ideologies. But because we have our own idealistic way of living, that's why the perception of living righteous is wrong. in this Satan or this satanic dominion that Lucifer has spread out through his enlightenment, her enlightenment as well, through Lilith. And that's exactly why to my men and women out there, you have to stay disciplined into being your own person. Do not follow anybody else. I was wrong about that. I thought they were going to do the horn again, but guess not. Pause too. That's why no matter what, you cannot be concerned about Liliths or Eves or Adams, Jezebels. You don't have to. Don't worry about demonic frequencies because you are one as well. But when you are bettering yourself, the more that you are vibrating higher on a different understanding of a level of consciousness, you gotta understand too that the people who are not at your consciousness will hate that you are at a higher level of thinking that they can't think at, and they will make it seem as if it's your fault for thinking the way that you think, and it's not your fault. But the thing is though, the way that you trigger their demons is because you are truthful within. Actually, you're honest within your own contradictions. And then it's like people will try to get you to be quiet because you're talking too much, you're speaking too much truth, and then you're holding up a mirror to them. And then once you hold up a mirror to them, that's when they'll be envious of what you're holding up, because it's like, why are you holding up my ego? Why are you showing me who I thought I was? Why are you telling me about myself? I don't like that. You're making me mad. I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be friends no more. Okay, cool. It's like, imagine your own mom or your own dad telling you, I don't want to talk to you no more. Get out of my face. It's like, all right, cool. And that's exactly why, like, there be some kids out there who probably have family situations at home that you're going through and nobody can understand or nobody talks to you about. And the thing is, too, I understand where you're coming from, because it's like we all share the same exact experience, per se, in our own differences. But similarly, spiritually, I am able to astral project into what you are experiencing, so I understand where you're coming from. But you gotta understand, too, if your mom or your dad they don't want to speak to you, they don't want to give you guidance, they don't want to be around you, they don't want to help you, they don't want to help you become a better person or help you become better than them, you don't have to associate with them. And that's the most difficult thing in this world. When people that you grew up with, you were raised upon, or who gave birth to you, when they turn their back on you, that's the one thing that's going to hurt you the most. But the one thing that should hurt you the most is that you are allowing yourself to turn your back on yourself. Because the thing is, when you came into this world by yourself, don't forget, you're going to leave by yourself as well. Not only that, even on Judgment Day, your mom and dad can't get judged with you. Your brother and sister can't get judged with you as well. The only thing is, you are judged by yourself. This lady's looking at me, so I'm looking at her. Like, what are we looking at? Understand, though. So I'm gonna say it again. When you are in Judgment Day, because for one, Judgment Day exists every single day. So right now, I'm being judged by many people looking at me, making a video. It's like you never seen somebody making a video or whatever, but it's cool. Either way it goes, though, when you are actually in the afterlife and your spirit is projecting what you went through an unconscious spectrum of hues, because you're going to be seeing different hues of frequencies that you were residing at on this plane of existence. So when your spirit is projecting it to the Almighty Creator or the Almighty Observer, you're going to be observing your unconscious programs all throughout your life, from the moment you were born to the moment you died. Once you do that, your mom and dad can't sit next to you while you're getting judged, because they can't get judged with you, because they have to go through their own judgment. So they'll be judged as well. That's why you can't get mad or upset when people turn their back on you, because they understand the Almighty will check them for that. The Almighty will judge them for that. So therefore, you don't worry about nothing else. You focus on what you can control, and that's your lifestyle. Keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, because you residing at this higher frequency, you're going to have people wanting to crucify your ego, wanting to mock you, judge you, slander you, and reject you. But what are you going to do about that? Are you going to soak in your feelings all day, 24/7? Or are you going to transmute that negative energy that people are projecting onto you, and are you going to turn it into a positive? Opposites attract. Negativity needs your positivity. That's exactly why people who are negative, when they do you wrong, they're going to start being quiet the next day and the next day, because they will never apologize for the wrongs that they have been doing to your righteousness. That's exactly why people who feel guilty, they will make things awkward. They will stay silent because they know what they did to you was wrong, and they hate that, but they can't hold their nuts or their clit to tell you, I'm sorry. People who are grown act childish when they can't say sorry. When they should be saying sorry to you, they expect you to say it to them, and that will make their demons feel better. No, sir. Never apologize for being yourself. Ever. The thing is to contradict that, because when I mean yourself, I mean if you are practicing love, care, you're being not even a better human, but you're being a better God-like entity. When you're being a better species, never feel sorry for that, ever. Because you're doing things that people cannot do. You're at a frequency that the Almighty loves for you to be at. Satan loves for you to be at a higher frequency so that it can bring you down. But the Almighty always wants you to be at a peaceful state, because that's the real you. The real you is not out here suffering and going through misery, killing yourself through these poisonous foods, watching entertainment, killing, robbing. The Almighty does not want you to be like that. But that's the fact that you are going against the grain of what the regular program is, and that's what's helping you be a better you. Excuse that sound that's about to come, but either way it goes, man. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all so much, man. Thank y'all for a great, wonderful attention that you brought to this video. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts, but anyways, have a great, wonderful day. Stay blissful. Have a great day, God and Goddess. I'm gone.